Okay, let's do this.
Star Cup is... How many cups are there? 4?
Well, there's 4 new tracks, 4 cups of new tracks, and there's 4 cups of retro tracks they bring back.
So are we playing all 8, or just the 4 new ones?
Pretty much all of them. It really shouldn't take too long. I'm on the 3rd cup of the new tracks already. Okay, now we're going to move on to the 3rd type of vehicle, one which really hasn't gotten much coverage. They kind of just put it out there. It's like, yeah, here it is, the ATV, the all-terrain vehicle. Ryan, what do you think about this?
Control-wise, it's really no different than a kart. It's basically a way to let you play as a light character but have heavy weight class.
You know, I haven't heard anything about ATVs in years. I forgot they existed until now.
I thought they were a mythical creature, actually.
No, it's like, there used to be ATVs around my neighborhood all the time, but then they just sort of fell out of fashion. Like shoes, only a lot more expensive.
Yeah, Sunshine Airport, I love this track.
This track right here, you will see all the time if you play online. It is massively popular.
It looks nice, like just at our first glance, I like this theme already.
Basically the Coconut Mall of Mario Kart 8, and for that reason alone, it's probably in my top 5 tracks.
And it doesn't suck like Coconut Mall.
I'm sorry, what?
Coconut Mall goes too long for its own good.
Come session 2, it's time to fucking throw down, mate. Hellfire versus BrainscratchComms.
But no, I really like this one. There's a good chunk of alternate ways you can do things. It's fairly difficult, but not game-breakingly like Rainbow Road, Mario Kart, Wii hard.
It looks like a good track to play when you're vexed by airport wait times.
I completely missed them back there, but the spinners are a new thing. What do you think about those, mate?
They're not there enough for me to really care.
Yeah, it's like I could completely do without them if they took them out in Mario Kart 9.
I have a question. Do the airplanes ever factor into the layout, or are they just background elements? Apart from that one where you went through a parked plane.
The ones on the track do, obviously, but the one that we just jettisoned off, no, that doesn't do anything.
It seems like on the 3rd track, when you're flying back towards like the terminal, it seems like the plane is close to you, but other than that, no, not really.
I don't know why, but this one particular bit gives me Metal Harbor flashbacks. It's got that look to it.
Like, you get a little boost off the spinnies, but it's kind of negligible, really.
Is that a landing pad or a baseball field? No, it's made of wood. Okay. Interesting.
Just like to point out that I am in fact riding a bear in a Mario Kart game.
Yeah, when I first saw that, my first impression wasn't ATV, it was teddy bear. I was like, I was just wondering where the wheels were.
It makes the Luigi Death Stare gifs all the funnier when he's using the bear buggy, or I think it's called the teddy buggy, actually.
Now, the funny thing, obviously, we wouldn't show off because it's a very small Easter egg. At all the desks in the airport, all their pens are the feather from Mario World and the item from Super Mario Kart.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, this game is just full of little Easter eggs if you stop and look around.
And actually, speaking of, if you look on, like, you know, the, oh, what's the actual name for it? I've completely forgotten. The thing that shows you all the times and, like, planes coming and going and such. That's where people found out about a couple of the later tracks in the game, like a couple of retro ones, like Yoshi's Valley, actually.
You know, it always feels like an insult when you get stopped by an item right in front of the finish line, and then finish first anyway. It's like, what, you couldn't let me have my cool finish? Did you have to fire that right then?
You just had to spoil the fun, didn't you, game? I kind of don't want to jinx it and say this is easier than I was expecting, because you just know when the special cut rolls around, everyone's going to be coming after me with blue shells. Even if I'm in last place, blue shells will be aiming for me.
I didn't think blue shells could... I didn't think blue shells could hit you when you weren't in first place.
Well, they found a way.
What, like if you just coincidentally happen to be in the path, they can hit you?
It's a joke, mate.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. This is one of my favourite levels in the game. Music-wise, it's pretty good. A lot of people kind of squee over it. I don't mind it, but the majority of it takes place underwater, so you get like the alternate version of the theme. It's much better when you're on dry land. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I like the dryland theme better. And Unagi returns.
It does that thing that Galaxy does, where the music gets really low key every time you're underwater.
Yep.
Or more precisely, every time the camera's underwater.
Gotta watch out for the boomerang. That's a new item. You throw it, it comes back and hits everything in its path.
I like that effect, but at the same time, I just see this car going in and out of the water too quickly for it to be really enjoyable.
That sax is godly.
Yeah, the soundtrack's very jazzy.
They've seemed to, like, since, what's it called? Super Mario 3D World, kind of brought in, like, a big band kind of feel to the music.
So what do you think of Unagi coming back at this track?
It's a cool reference, but,
So many nightmares from the 64 version.
I think the 64 version looking like it did made it scarier, because your brain had to fill in all the blanks and whatnot. And plus, you know, you were underwater permanently there, and going at quite a slow pace. You weren't bursting through it like a... Well, I just hit myself with my own green shell. I tried to hold it behind me and accidentally let my finger slip.
You know, just the Unagi in this track, it looks inanimate, like it's dead. So are we riding on an Unagi, or are we riding on an Unagi corpse?
Not sure I really want to answer that question.
It's like, it's not moving at all. It's not opening its mouth. It's not trying to eat you. It's just sort of sitting there. Maybe it's just enjoying the back rub.
Possibly.
So is this the track where Tom's going to fuck up?
Possibly.
Let's see. Back in first place.
Boost to win. Boost to win.
Safe!
Nice save there.
Whew. Heart was kind of in my throat there.
Like the propeller coming out of the teddy car's ass.
Just a little bit of danger on that cute and cuddly car. Sorry, ATV. See, it's like so minimalistic and not even there. I kind of forgot that there was a third class of vehicle.
Well, ATVs kind of look like go-karts. So...
At least they nerfed the bikes in this game.
Very much so, to the point that I'm mostly using carts and ATVs now.
Well, they were ridiculously broken in Wii, so...
I see, I never bothered using a bike in Wii. I don't know why. It just never occurred to me to want to. So I never noticed.
Well, they had stuff like, you could do a wheelie and get a little bit
The
of...
wheelie boost, yeah.
I think I remember that.
They've taken that out. When you do a wheelie, it's mostly just like an aesthetic kind of thing, just like a visual thing.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like having a free mushroom.
This one is pretty cool, and probably the one track that makes people go, yep, this is an allusion to F-Zero.
Pretty much, because this is taken right out of the casino levels in GX, and as well as far as the track layout goes.
That really made people think this is an F-Zero game?
Pretty much. That, the name just makes you want to go, Technodrome, let's kick shell.
Yeah, a lot of people actually thought it was Electrodrome to begin with, but no, then the actual screenshots came out and proved them wrong.
I still call it the Electrodrome, though. I don't care what its official name is.
Very popular track online, this one.
Oh, blue shell. Boosh.
I think everyone around the world felt that one.
Well, the point still stands. That is, like, I want to not make Sonic references, but we're in a casino level dropping coins when we get hit.
This is more of a nightclub level than it is a casino level.
It feels really out of place in the Mario world.
It does, actually.
Well, technically this is where all Bowser's minions go to, you know, cut loose and rave and whatnot, as you can see on the screens back there.
Which again just feels really out of place for a Mario game.
They need to let their hair down somewhere, even if it's off-screen.
Even if they don't have any hair. So, Ryan, last lap now. What's your opinion of Electrodrome, mate?
It makes you want to play F-Zero GX.
You could say that about any course in the game, come on.
Well, this one in particular.
It doesn't look particularly F-Zero GXy in terms of how it uses the gravity, though. It just looks a bit more plain, except with a lot of loops. Like, maybe I'm just missing some of the more complicated elements in the track, but it doesn't look that, it just looks very twisty.
It's more style over substance, this one.
Yeah.
One more to go.
And the last course for this cup is Mount Wario, one of my favorites.
I'm tempted to put Mount Wario at number 1. It's either that or one of the tracks from the Special Cup, but we'll get to that.
I'm actually not a fan of the Special Cup in this game.
I would say it's the most consistent in terms of quality in Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, we'll get into the Special Cup when we get to it.
I'm going to have to concentrate for this one, because Mount Wario isn't your usual kind of like circuit. You're going down a mountain, and obviously, you know, down ski slopes and whatnot, and it will change from like lap 1 to lap 2 to lap 3 as you go down. So, if you get left behind at the start, you're basically gonna lose.
So we're skiing in an ATV, that's something.
Should we bring up the obvious Mario and Sonic reference here?
Yes. I forgot about the Winter Olympics game.
Yeah, what was it, Sochi?
Yeah.
I legitimately forgot that existed.
Yeah, I just kind of stopped paying attention to the Olympic Games after the first one.
Winter Olympics DS is really good, as I say every time I bring it up, mostly due to its adventure mode.
What, does it have a story?
Yes, it does actually. It's where Eggman and Bowser steal the snow. I'm not kidding.
Oh man, that's. I'm trying to think of something I can compare that to. It's like Donkey Kong's bananas being stolen tier story.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
It's like, okay, like if it were me, I'd be like, okay, you stole the snow, I'll wait till next winter. Fuck you.
Well, technically they stole the snow spirits who create the snow, so more snow couldn't be made after that fact, but tomato, tomato.
And this is another very popular track online.
Very much so.
It is a ski course, you're just maneuvering around trees now.
Okay, time for some serious drifting down these slopes.
And it makes me want to play some Golden Forest from 1080.
If I ever want to play Cool Borders, I'm just going to play this track.
All snowboard kids?
Snowboard Kids hasn't aged as well as you think it does.
Ever the cynic, Ryan, but you're absolutely correct, mate.
More like I played it at our trip to PAX, and it's like, yeah, I don't remember the game being this stiff.
Cool Borders is the game that I played when I was a kid, it was the only snowboarding game I ever had. So that is my point of reference. I have no idea how it compares to other snowboarding games, at all.
Very nice.
So wait, the laps aren't actual laps, they're just different fractions of the track.
And the music actually changes depending on which section of the mountain you're on.
Laps is kind of a misleading thing, then.
Uh-huh.
Didn't want to change the graphic application holding the thing, I guess.
So I'm just kind of mesmerized by all those minions in the background, and yes, I'm including Toad in that. He's a minion, just to Peach.
And they're stacked 2 to 3 frames of animation jumping up and down.
HD graphics, everyone.
To be fair, it could be a cardboard cutout.
60 frames per second.
Well, technically, it's more like 59, at least in single-player mode.
It's 59 point something something something.
Like, who gives a fuck?
It's 60 frames per second.
Okay, let's see me victory reel. I did pretty well in this one. I was kind of bricking it, because this is one of those tracks, especially like in the last portion, when you're right before the finish line, the final curve, where you can mess up and mess up badly.
Yeah, I can sort of see that.
So overall, I would say very, very good cup. Good selection of tracks, well balanced in terms of difficulty.
Yeah, I would say the Star Cup's the best cup in the game.
Ooh, a new vehicle customization option. We shall try that out in the Special Cup, which is coming up next.